Good morning, Year 2. It's Mrs. Newis here, and we're going to do our next shared reading session. So before we look at our next few pages of our book, Town is by the Sea, I'd like you to see if you can remember what has just happened in our story. So we've just seen a few pages about the coal mine, and it's shown Father and his friend. So can you remember what they were doing and why they were doing it? What has happened in our coal mine? Pause the video now, see if you can remember. Okay, welcome back. Hopefully you have remembered that our coal mine has collapsed. Father and his friend, when we last saw them, were trying to escape from that little tunnel that we could see at the bottom of our page. It looked like there were bricks and walls crumbling down. They were holding on to their heads as they were trying to run out. They were holding on to each other. It all looked a little bit dark and scary, didn't it? Deep down underneath that sea. Okay, so let's have a look at our pages for today. I can just find them here. Oh wow, look at this. Look at this. So this is just where we've left our boy character, isn't it? He was on that grassy cliff, he just climbed over that fence and he was looking at that beautiful view, and he was going to visit his grandfather's grave, wasn't he? And what do we know about grandfather? What sort of job did grandfather do? Okay, hopefully you have remembered that grandfather was also a coal miner, just like our boy's father. Okay, so our little boy was laying flowers at the grave and he was looking out over that beautiful view of the sea. And we've got that same view here on these two pictures. It looks absolutely gorgeous. And the words say, "Today the sea is all calm and quiet." And we can see the sky, there's a few clouds dotted around. It looks very peaceful and very relaxing. We can see those white tips on the waves that the author was telling us about, all the foam on the top of those waves. It looks very gentle and it looks like the sun's even shining on that sea. You can see it sort of sparkling a little bit on top of the water. It looks beautiful. Some of the bushes and the plants and the flowers look like they're gently just waving in the breeze. It looks absolutely gorgeous. And it does say that it's very calm and very quiet. Okay. Oh my goodness me. This looks completely different. The words say, "And deep down under that sea, my father is digging for coal." But is he? Can we see father in that tunnel? Oh my gosh, what's happened? Pause the video now. Tell me what's happened. Okay, welcome back. So it's completely collapsed, hasn't it? Father's not there anymore. I wonder where father's gone and father's friend. Now it looks completely black, doesn't it? Our illustrator and author have done what they've done all the way through our book, and that is to show us how different life is above the coal mine and in the coal mine. So above the sea and deep down below the sea. This is very different to our previous page here, isn't it? Today the sea is all calm and quiet. Is this all calm and quiet? Can you think of 3 adjectives to describe what you can see on these 2 pages? Pause the video now. Okay, welcome back. Well, the first one I can think of is just black. On this page here, It's just total blackness, isn't it? So it's really dark, it's very gloomy, and it's black, isn't it? Now, you might also have thought of dirty. You might also have thought of scary. Okay? It looks like that whole mine has totally collapsed. Oh, gosh. I wonder what's happened to Father. Okay, so here we have our next page. Now, there are absolutely no words at all on these two pages. I want you to look really, really carefully at all 4 doors and have a think about what you can see. What do you think is happening here? Okay, have a look at the lights, have a look through the window, and have a look on the floor. See if you can see at least 3 or 4 things. Pause the video now and have a go. Okay, welcome back. Now, the first thing I can see about these doors is that down here, it starts with the light reflected from the window onto the floor. And it's all the way down here on that wooden flooring. Can you just see the shadow there of the light? Now, as we go along on each door, that light moves up, further up. Look there, you can see it's on the door there. Here, it's almost at the window. And here, it covers almost all of the window. So I think what the author has done is shown the light at different times of the day to show that maybe this door is in the morning and then this one is a little bit later. Maybe this is lunchtime, this is the afternoon, and maybe this is later on in the afternoon. So it's to show us how time has passed during the day. Now, the other thing I noticed, so number 2, is through the window. So there's nobody here, there, can't see anybody. Here, there's a couple of people I can just see walking around. Just here, there's one person. And here, there's somebody really important, isn't there? Okay, we'll come back to that, but there's a person coming through the door there. And the third thing I noticed, the main thing I noticed, is that on the floor there is a pair of shoes here, as though it's ready for people to go out of the door. And then here, on our third door, it looks like it might be a ball or a toy and a shoe. Maybe it's a boy's shoe. Now, what do we know about our story? We know that our boy goes out in the morning, doesn't he? We know that he goes with his friend to the park. We know that he comes back and has his lunch. And we also know that he goes back out again, doesn't he, to the grocer for his mum. Might be his shoe, I don't know, it might be his ball, but there's something there on the floor. Again, I think that's for the author to show us how time has passed during the day. So this is the morning door. And tick-tock, time goes on all the way until the late afternoon. Now, who is this coming through the door? Hopefully you will have guessed it's Father, isn't it? So phew, he's managed to get out of that coal mine, hasn't he, with his friend? And he's made his way all the way home. What a relief. Okay, why do you think the author has not used any words at all to tell us what's happening here? Okay, it might be because it's quite effective, isn't it? It makes you sort of think, what's going to happen next? And it builds up the suspense, doesn't it? We don't know if Dad's okay or not. We don't know if he managed to get out of that mine or not. Oh, we hope he's not buried underneath all that rubble, and he's not. because we see it come through here. It's not there, waiting. The day goes on a bit more, and then there he is, right at the end. So it's showing us the story of the day, isn't it? Without even having to put anything in words at all, and showing father coming home safely to his family at the end of the day. Okay, let's have a look at our questions for today. Now, what I've done here is put one of the pictures from our first 2 pages here and another of our pictures from the next 2 pages on this side here. Now, I've also put right underneath here, you'll see the pictures of the doors. Okay, so that's our last page, isn't it? So I'm not going to post on the dojo all of the different pages because I think that might cause a bit of a problem for some parents when you get lots and lots of different sheets for one day. So I'm trying to make it much smaller, okay, so it's more manageable for you. And also, there aren't that many words on these pages either. So what you can do is you can rewind my video and you can pause it at the words if you need to read them back. Okay, so the first question, what might have happened in the coal mine? What might have happened in the coal mine? So think about what we've talked about, what we've discussed. Look at the pictures again, think about what might have happened. If you can, full sentences. I think, okay, tell me what you think has happened in the coal mine. Remember, it's ink, not think. Number 2 says, look at the 2 pictures. One is deep down under the sea and the other is above. How are the pictures different? And how do you think the author wants us to feel? Now, not everybody needs to do that second bit. How do you think the author wants us to feel? If you want to, that's brilliant. But some of you might just want to have a look at how the pictures are different. So there I'm looking for you to use all those adjectives, okay? Now there's 2 adjectives on the page for this one here, okay? And we talked about those words as well. And then you've already, hopefully, thought of your adjectives to describe this page here, okay? So you can tell me how those pages are different, all right? And how does the author want you to feel by looking at this one and looking at that one? So again, you're just thinking of those adjectives to describe. Number 3, without any words, the author is telling us something important by using the doors. What are they telling us? And we've talked about this year too. We've looked at those doors carefully and we've talked about what we can see in those doors and what happens in the last door, which is really important. Okay? Right, have a go at writing up your answers in your yellow jotter, and I look forward to receiving everybody's responses on the dojo shortly. Bye for now, year 2.